But you see, apart from charging the army to go ahead and fight in its internal crisis, I'll take you back to the 1980s. Something happened called the Metisani riots. In the Metisani riots, a panel of inquiry was set up. And the panel of inquiry came out with some resolutions. Payment of victims, fundamentalism and things like that happening. But most importantly, the panel of inquiry talked about rising urban poverty as a cause of most of this violence. When you draw a graph of what has transpired since the Metisani riots to what we have with Boko Haram, if you talk about Islamic mindset, or you can talk about, fundamentalists. I don't like to use the word Islamic because a lot of Muslims that I know are great people and they're not fundamentalists. When you plot the graph, a common thread that goes across board is the fact that there is rising poverty, inequality. And this was also heightened in the late 80s after we started the secondary or second-tier foreign exchange market and we had to devalue our currency, thereby devaluing the lives of the people. Since then, Nigeria has rigmarolled into what we have today. President Tinubu just steadily did nail the coffin by the further devaluation of the lives and the prospect of people as a solution to solving the problem. Economic experts worldwide have said that the solution to solving the problem where you're an economic cul-de-sac is not impoverishing the people further. It is creating manufacturing capacity and opportunities for the people to be able to scale. Joseph Stiglitz had talked about this extensively. Dambisa Moyo talked about this extensively, even arguing against aid, saying trade is the way forward. But here, we believe in devaluing the lives of the people first and think the economy will reflate. So don't be surprised that Nigeria is stuck in the lower middle income economy. We are worse off today than where we are close to 40 years ago as regards the state of play of the economy, because we have not done what we ought to do. And guess what? The things that are supposed to boost trade, like bureaucracy and having a government that is effective and efficient and long-term thinking, has never been the order of the day. Our politics have become about the highest bidder. And that's why Peter Obi was talking yesterday about how somebody went to buy a jet of 150 billion, not passing through the National Assembly, when that 150 billion can be used with counterpart funding for SMEs to be able to scale trade. By the way, hope you know that that jet is now being sold. They want to sell that jet in Switzerland, and that jet looks in pristine condition. The same jet that they said was not working well. We saw the pictures, we saw everything. We saw the breakdown. So when you have leaders that the priorities missed, things like insecurity that we are now fighting will be a fallout of that process. Because you see, a man that is hungry, you don't even need to give him so much before you can stir his anger to violence. We will outstretch our military in fighting that, and that's why when President Tinubu said the military fight for the unity of this country is good. But if we have economic viability, the military will not need to fight that much. Has it been proven empirically? Yes. I also got the chance to sit down one time to listen to a lecture by Professor Hernando de Soto, the writer of the book, The Mystery of Capital, where he talked extensively about how giving economic rights to people through property rights can jumpstart the economy of another country. He told the story that day of how he solved the war in his country through property rights. That's supposed to be the solution. So all of these things are intertwined. It is all of these things too that is making the coalition politics come upstream. If you don't solve the fundamental problem, you will go back in circles and these things will continue to come up. And that's why I deliberately plotted a chart up to 40 years ago from the Metisani riot. The report talked about urban poverty as a veritable reason for that riot. But guess what urban poverty have been doing since that 80s? It's been rising steadily, and that's why you're having skirmishes, you're having agitation, IPOB, you're having killings, you're having Lakurawa, you're having this. What is the common thread amongst them? You can talk about ideology, yes, but you see, once ideology is laced with economic inadequacies, it's a fertile ground. I will wrap up by singing a song by Bob Nestor Marley. He says, "Me belly full and them hungry. An hungry man is an angry man. Ta-ra-na-na-ta-na-tan-ta-ta. Me belly full and them hungry." As long as our leaders are belly full and the people them are hungry, our leaders one them forget say the people we're hungry, not angry men.